Dear fellow Singaporeans, we are glad you have been able to join us here today at our lunchtime rally. We felt, having seen a PAP rally here 2 days ago, you might like to balance that out with our alternative point of view before going to the polls on Saturday. It is time to prioritize our families, not GDP growth. Time marches inexorably on. To work long hours every day and still have to worry about buying your first home makes you put off getting married, leaves you with little time to build up relationships, and results in your children growing up without your loving supervision and care. The PAP is right to give out baby bonuses, longer maternity leave, CDA co-savings, but these do not go to the root of the problem. Yes, we will push for paternity leave, nursery education subsidies, but these too do not aim at the heart of the problem. Building more expensive childcare centres is not the answer. Fellow Singaporeans, we give you hope. We have a plan. There is a way out. I would like to share with you 3 aspects of Mr. Tan Jee Sei's ideas for change. They are policies of regeneration in schools, in our communities, and in our families. Each child is unique. The key to educating our young is giving personal attention to every child. Only by increasing personal attention can we bring out the best in them. Our school's regeneration plan proposes that regular class sizes be reduced by half to between 15 and 20 pupils in each class. The teacher should not be burdened by administrative details, and with fewer pupils to handle, should get to know them, their strengths, and their weaknesses well. Our teachers are the custodians of our nation's most precious asset, our children. In contrast to building a casino, we advocate building more schools, training another 30,000 teachers, and treating our teachers better so that they stay in our schools and teach our children. Parents should not be forced to send their children for extra private tuition just so they can pass exams. For that, our school system is supposed to be adequate, but today it is not. Our community regeneration plan aims to rebuild every housing estate into a multiple-use community with new generation business parks and offices that integrate with schools, hospitals, polyclinics, flexible and affordable daycare centres for children and the elderly, and other public agencies. This will bring jobs and services closer to the people. Housewives and healthy senior citizens can then avail themselves of the job opportunities available in their neighbourhood, including flexi-hour part-time work, while still having enough time to take care of their children. This will help reduce our dependence on foreign workers. Travel time to workplaces will be cut, saving transport costs and valuable time for the family. Local communities will be revitalized and rejuvenated, becoming hives of activity again. Our family regeneration plan will tackle the root cause of Singapore's declining birth rate and shrinking family size by taking away the stress and a significant portion of the costs of bringing up children for families. Such costs include not only bringing children up in their early years, but throughout their lives as dependents right up to university. We advocate measures such as cash grants of $100 to $300 per month to families with children, and waiver of all school fees up to university level, free medical and health benefits for mothers and children, improved maternity leave terms for mothers, introduction of paternity leave, affordable daycare for children and the elderly in our housing estates. We do not forget those among you who are singles. Many of you work the hardest and longest hours. Along the SDP's policies of being inclusive, it is time that singles are recognized for their contribution to our society and our economy. Pro-family policies are admirable, but should not end up penalizing singles who are stakeholders in our country too. Many have asked me to speak on women's issues. We at the SDP seek to adopt legislation guaranteeing equal pay for work of equal value, so as to narrow and close the wage gap between men and women. We propose policies that do the following. Guarantee the right of women to the same employment opportunities as men. For example, right now, married female civil servants do not receive health benefits for their spouses and dependents, while male civil servants do. Prevent discrimination against women on the grounds of marriage or maternity. Suppress all forms of trafficking in women and exploitation of women. Improve the working conditions of foreign domestic helpers and prevent their abuse. Develop a system of granting citizenship to the foreign wives of Singapore citizens within a clear and reasonable time frame after marriage, rather than considering citizenship applications on a case-by-case basis. Our aim is to make lives better for ordinary Singaporeans. We believe in a better quality of life for all. Our lives are more than just about running an infinite treadmill, working ever harder to make more, just to maintain the status quo. It is the purpose of every good government to aim for a better life for its people. Our government has forgotten this in its blind pursuit of GDP growth. And we, the people, are dragged headlong, many falling behind, yet the government goes on, heedless to their cries. The fruits of our economic growth are no longer trickling down to ordinary Singaporeans. Ill-advised government policies have seen to that. Older people lose their jobs and are unable to find work. Real earnings fall, and what does trickle down bypasses Singaporean workers and trickles down instead to cheaper foreign workers. Just 2 days ago, the PAP ministers finally said they were sorry. This is unprecedented in the history of the PAP, and a good start for the future, if it lasts. It is very well to apologize just before elections and in the face of unprecedented unpopularity. We all want to believe that their apology is sincere. The only way we can make sure, however, that our government is kept on its toes and continues to look at itself with the same critical eye it casts over Singaporeans is to have a strong opposition in Parliament. our government likes to remind us, competition is good for Singaporeans and keeps us working harder and smarter. I hope they realize that the same applies to Parliament. In politics, I believe competition is good for the soul. In real terms, current government policies seem to make us poorer the longer we work. Our policies aim to improve the quality of life for every Singaporean. Wages that rise in tandem with economic growth rather than depressed by the forced import of thousands of workers, a Singaporean-first policy that will not make it more desirable to hire employees without CPF, and revisiting numerous schemes such as the GST, ERP, and COE, which generate revenue for the government at the cost of ordinary Singaporeans, but have otherwise failed to serve their purpose. Our policies will benefit every strata of Singaporean society, every group, whether you are low income, middle income, or ministerial income. For families, our policies will see that our children receive more attention and better education in schools. In turn, families will have more quality time to spend together. The PAP builds parks and community centres. They are good at that. What we want is to create the opportunities for you to have the time to enjoy these with your family. An earlier generation of PAP leaders used to believe in the saying, 先有家, 再有国. The family is the basis for the nation. Today, this government has implemented policies that put GDP growth first at the expense of everything else, leading to pressures on our society that compromise our quality of life and the integrity of the Singapore family. We have lost our perspective of what is important. Our proposals will put our people and our families back at the center of policy making. We have come here today to share our vision of this better future for Singapore. We hope you will pass the message on. Please speak up for our cause. Put our SDP team in Parliament to speak for you. For those of you in Holland-Bukit, Bukit Panjang, Quay, and Sembawang, we hope you will support us with your vote for SDP.